Ireland is an ancient and mysterious land, and while it is home to some of the most picturesque and beautiful scenery in the world, there are some places that very few people would dare trek. In this video, we will look at 5 of the supposedly most haunted places in Ireland. Number 5. Leap Castle. This castle was constructed in 1250 AD by the O'Bannon clan, who were subjects to the ruling O'Carroll clan as their main stronghold. Not much is recorded about the early days of the castle, but things start to get interesting after the death of Moorland O'Carroll in 1532. There was a struggle for leadership in the clan, which eventually turned bloody. In one instance, one of the O'Carrolls, who was a priest, was holding mass in the now infamous Bloody Chapel, and while doing this his own brother interrupted and killed him right in front of his family. However, this is only the start. The O'Carrolls were an incredibly vicious clan, and were not above torture and assassination to achieve dominance. Inside the Bloody Chapel, there is a small room called the Oblate, which translated into French means the Forgotten. This was a fitting name for this room, which once served as a hideaway in the event of a siege. The O'Carrolls used this place to throw away any prisoners who had no value to them, or those who were close to death. Once someone was thrown into this place, they were literally forgotten about, and died slow and sometimes painful deaths. When the Derby clan took over possession of the castle in 1649, it was said that they cleaned out the Oblate and hauled out 3 carts full of skeletons. It's no surprise then that the Bloody Chapel is one of the most haunted areas of the castle. However, Leap Castle is haunted by a much more powerful presence than mere spectres. The Elemental is one of the most powerful spirits said to inhabit the castle. Reports say the creature resembles a hunched over rotting corpse and smells of rotting flesh and sulphur. There are many theories as to how this creature came to be. One theory suggests that the ancient Irish Druids put the being there long before the creation of the castle, to protect a sacred spot of some sort. Now there are many eyewitness reports about this creature, and I will leave a link to the description which will direct you to the official website of the castle. Number 4. Lamina Castle. Situated in County Clare, this is said to be inhabited by one very evil spirit, that of Marie Rua, or Red Mary. She was first married to Daniel O'Neillan, who died young. He left his estate and money to Mary, which he used to finance Lamina Castle. Her husband at this time was Conor O'Brien. After Oliver Cromwell invaded Ireland with his model army, Conor marched out to fight him. He was mortally wounded by a soldier who was disguised as a sportsman. He was brought back to Lamina, where Mary watched over him till he died. Angered by this, and desperate to hold on to her titles and land, she went to the nearest town and professed that she would marry any man who would wed her. She married a British officer. It was not long before this officer was found dead, with some people reporting that Mary had pushed him out of the 3rd-storey window of the castle. Mary went on to marry 25 men, all of whom died in mysterious circumstances. Eventually, she was captured and placed in a hollow tree and left to starve to death. Her spirit is said to haunt the remnants of Lamina in the form of a skeletal spectre with a red dress and red hair. Number 3. Charles Fort. Located on the coast of southern Ireland, in the town of Kinsale, Charles Fort was constructed during a time of great unrest in Ireland. The clan leaders at this time were waging a war against British rule, and they weren't alone. A Spanish armada tried and failed to invade Ireland here, in order to remove the English from the country, and after a battle between Hugh O'Neill, the Earl of Ulster, and a British army in Kinsale in 1601, the fort was constructed. The fort is said to be haunted by the White Lady of Kinsale. The legend is she was the daughter of a commander of Charles Fort, a certain Colonel Warrender. She fell in love with a soldier stationed in the fort, Trevor Ashurst, and they married each other. However, on the night of their wedding, her husband was asked to go on sentry duty when another soldier fetched a flower the lady liked. While on watch, he fell asleep. This, however, would prove to be a fatal error. Warrender was a strict colonel, and found the soldier asleep on watch. When he refused to answer him, the colonel shot him dead. When news reached the lady, she was so distraught that she ran along the battlements and threw herself off them, killing herself. Later in the night, it is said that the colonel shot himself after he realised what he had done. Since then, her ghost has been spotted many times by soldiers at the fort. Some reports even state they have been pulled or dragged by an unknown force up the stairs inside the fort. The ghost is said to be dressed in a white wedding dress and is a pale colour. Number 2. The Hellfire Club. Now this is one of the most intriguing and mysterious places on this list. The Hellfire Club is situated high in the Dublin Mountains, near the summit of Mount Pellier. The building is actually built out of ancient Neolithic stones from a nearby cairn, which people speculate was used to give the club a dark and ancient aura. What makes the club interesting is that it was supposedly used for devil worship, and there are some who believe Satan himself visited the club. Other people, however, believe the club was a place where the filthy rich of 18th century Ireland went to merely socialise. The building itself was constructed in 1725 by William Connolly as a hunting lodge. It was taken over by the first Earl of Rossa, Richard Parsons, who was also the first Grand Master of the Irish Freemasons in 1735. There are many who claim ritual sacrifices took place here in honour of Satan, and the very few who emerged from the club are said to have gone blind or mad by what they had saw. Now, they might just be exaggerations, but even to this day, many who live near this monument give it a wide berth, as they truly believe Satan lurks within. Number 1. Duckett's Grove. This 19th century mansion located in County Carlow belonged to the Duckett family, and sat in the middle of a 12,000 acre estate. The ghost that is said to haunt Duckett's is a banshee, one of Ireland's oldest and most famous folktales. William Duckett, the man who built the mansion, is said to have had an affair with a young servant girl, who died in a horse riding accident. Her mother is said to have put a curse on the Duckett family, and thus this tale was born. Many have reported hearing the wails of what could be a banshee in this area, but it could also be those of the local wildlife. What do you think? So there are 5 of the supposedly most haunted places in Ireland. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. I realise the video editing quality isn't as high as some other YouTubers, and I hope to improve as I make more. However, I am very interested in everything I research, and I hope you will consider subscribing, and if not, thank you very much for watching this video. Have a good day.